You know what time it is. It's time for Late Nights with Santana. So sit back, get your popcorn, tap the screen, and enjoy.
If you make the case that it's national security to manufacture steel and aluminum in the USA, then okay, say that. But it's not for economic reasons. There's no economic advantage for tariffs,
Mm.
and uh, and so it's common sense. We would have used them in the last 80 years.
Mm.
So so uh, so like I said, there's in private says national defense, in public he's saying jobs. And so I done a lot of study on that, and so I said to myself, well, if it's not for national security and it's not for economics, then the only reason for tariffs to me seems like political, to
Mm.
get votes, to get uh, those industries union votes to say, look at me, I'm Mr. Union, I'm protecting union jobs. And so then if you take that too, and then people say, well, Biden kept them, right? Well, of course, Biden would have to keep them under that premise, because then because else Trump could say, or Republicans say, well, see, that guy doesn't care about unions. And then, because it's a real battle over the unions and working class people. So right, and so even Biden says, oh, I got to increase and try to get those union
Mm.
jobs back. So it's all political. There's no economic advantages of tariffs at all. Zero. They're damaging to the economy, and the math I looked at is going to add like between 4 and 6% inflation if he does them massively. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it anyway, because like I said, if his premise is to use it as a taxation system, he can't do that. It has to be legislation.
Oh,
And
that's a
so
great point.
right. And so he can only use tariffs for like I said, for uh, national security reasons.
Got it.
Okay,
Got
and
it.
so that's the problem.
Perfect, perfect. So this is what I want to do, because I would love to hear MAGA reacts. James actually replied to that because I know James is very quote unquote business savvy. So I definitely want to hear from him. Also, guys, I think that we have 4 minutes to get it to, or you know what? Let's say we have 10 minutes to get it to 175,000 likes. We're at 130 likes. So 10 minutes to get it to 175,000 likes. So we're gonna go to sub only. But James, Mag Reacts, can you please respond to Bill? And also, I'm sorry, W's in the chat for David that added $20 to the nightly donation goal. We're only $185 away from meeting our nightly donation goal, so please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the paid links are in the bio. It allows us to continue to host these lives. And so if you're enjoying the entertainment information, please consider donating. Santana Speaks 24. Everything is accepted and anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about the Black Historian, because she has to deal with me tonight. She is in the E seat, and it is not an easy seat. But with that being said, Mag Reacts, please, I would love to hear your thoughts on what Bill just said, specifically the thoughts around tariffs.
Yeah, you guys keep bringing up tariffs, but you're bringing them up by themselves. What he wants to do is he wants to help businesses as much as he can by cutting taxes, cutting regulations, and doing all these things to help businesses. And then to keep those businesses from just taking their company and going overseas, he's going to use the tariffs to kind of build a wall around America. So if he's going to cut your taxes and do all these favors for you, he doesn't want to see you turn around and go get your products overseas and not hire Americans. So it's like a two-part plan. If you ignore half the plan, then of course it makes no sense to just tariff everybody. And on top of that, all these other countries that tariff us. So, this is only fair that we also tariff them. And he's definitely mentioned using tariffs a bunch of times to keep companies in America and to punish companies for building factories outside of America. So the goal is just, if he's going to do all this to help them out, he doesn't want them to turn around and go to China or Mexico or all these other places to do
Can you point
business.
me to a speech where he spelled out what you think he spelled out? You have a MAGA
He says
hat.
it all the time.
No,
He
he
says it
said
all the time. He
Can I
says he's
Word
going
salad.
to charge Harley Davidson
He
200%
says
for opening a factory in Mexico.
he
He
says
said a bunch of
word.
he says that a bunch of times
He
that he
says
will
word salad. I'm
tariff these
sorry.
people
Just because he says
for
tariffs is
leaving the
his favorite
country.
word doesn't mean he understands the impact. Economists who understand the impact know he's going to damage the economy and raise inflation back to 9%. We just got down to 2.4. You should be happy.
Listen,
That's
he
down.
did.
Yeah,
They
but
said
I
they was going to do that last
okay.
time. It
One
never
second.
happened.
One second.
And on top of that, you
Hey,
guys.
James,
sorry.
hold on 1 second. That is a good point, but I want to hear what the Black Historian has to say because she is my co-host and she was getting ready to make a point. So we will not interrupt the Black Historian. Go right ahead.
Sir, do you own a MAGA hat?
No, I don't.
So you
Neither
don't
do
know
I.
that they were made in China, just like his Bibles?
I was just about to ask Shay, where were the Bibles made? Oh, what about the Trump
Yeah,
ties?
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's fine. So he's
Oh,
going to make his own products more expensive.
wait. What about the Trump knives?
Yeah. I mean, if he wanted to bring jobs to America, don't you think he would start with his own companies and have people making the stuff over here? But no, he
Well,
just feeding y'all a bunch of bullshit that y'all sit here and listen to and regurgitate. Like,
maybe once the rules change, he would.
Can I respond?
He's playing by the current
Hold
rules.
on
Once
one
he
second.
updates
Hold on one
them,
second.
then he'll do it.
Hold on 1 second. Shay, go ahead and finish your point, and then let's let Bill reply.
I was just saying he's not. He's just lying to you guys like he does all the time, and you guys sit here and believe him like he's like y'all the Trump whisperer. I know I spoke to this guy before because he's
You
using
have.
something called Poly Markets,
Yep.
which is not a real site.
It is
It's just
not.
a betting site. It's not. It's
I've
nothing. You
never
should
brought up
base
poly
it-
markets.
But
Yeah,
do you know
right.
what Poly Marcus is, James?
I know what it is. And I watch TYT. They bring it up all the time,
Somebody else's
but
lie.
I never
He's
bring
in
it up.
somebody else's lie.
Okay. 1 second.
I've never ever in my life brought up poly markets in anything. It's not something I used to debate anything.
Okay.
Hey, I got a
Cool.
question
Go
for
ahead.
Bill before he responds. Is that okay, Santana?
Yeah. Go ahead and throw the question to Bill, and then I want Bill to be able to respond to not only you but also what Maga React said, and then we're gonna check in with Pablo because let's just check Pablo real quick. Pablo, are you there finally? Pablo, I see that you're finally off mute. Pablo, say something.
I was also not
Okay.
finished, by the way. I want
Yeah.
to talk about some shit about the GDP too.
Okay, 1 second. Elbass. Question to Bill. Bill respond to Maga Reacts and Elbass, and then we'll tie that up. But go ahead.
So, I believe 3 or 4 of you now have mentioned tariffs. What was Trump's inflation rate? I believe it was 1.4%. I really don't know. You guys?
It actually hit 2.9 several times in 2018 and 2.7. So it was higher then than it is now. And
Okay,
again,
but what
he
was his
inherited a
4-year
good
average?
economy. He didn't create a good economy. He inherited it. Just like he didn't create his
That's not what
businesses.
I'm
He
talking
inherited
about.
it.
Hey, we're talking about tariffs. I asked a question.
Yeah,
What was
his
Trump's
tariffs
4-year average?
failed.
Does
He
anybody
had to
know?
bail out farmers in 2019, and there was a manufacturing recession.
Obama
We tried
bailed
it
out
his way,
farmers,
and he
dude.
failed. This is why I
Obama
dropped, so we
bailed
could
out
have a
farmers.
one-on-one. You keep talking over me when I prove to know more about something you asked about.
No, you're talking over me. I asked for permission to
You
have
know
the
what?
floor, and
I'm
you
not.
just
I'm
can't
not.
handle these
Unless
facts.
you
Hold on
want a
a
moderated debate, I'm not interested in this guy.
Hold on 1 second. RC Dub.
This isn't a moderated debate.
Elbass, what was your question again specifically?
I believe Trump's 4-year average inflation was 1.4%. I'm not 100% sure.
It wasn't
but I
the
believe that's
pandemic.
what
Are
it
you
is.
telling me Trump would have prevented worldwide inflation?
Oh my God, I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to talk to
Then
Bill.
shut up
Could you
about
please
it.
mute him for a second?
Hold on
Are
1
you
second, RC.
suggesting
RC,
Trump would have prevented worldwide inflation?
RC, hold on 1 second.
He would have
for me.
prevented American inflation.
Hold on 1 second. RC, 1
It
second.
doesn't work that way.
Guys, everybody on mute except Elbass. Please and thank you. Elbass, your question one more time.
You guys keep talking about tariffs. I believe Trump's inflation rate average was 1.4%. There is zero evidence that Trump's 2017 tariffs raised the prices of anything. If you Google the washing machine tariffs, it actually lowered them. And no, Trump did not inherit a good economy. 2016's GDP was 1.6%. It was Obama's second worst year.
You're still
Okay,
not
so-
saying this.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's a whole point. But the thing that I wanted to ask is like, what's the actual question? You threw a lot out, but what's the question?
The question is, where's the evidence that Trump's 2017 tariffs caused prices to increase? His inflation was 1.4%.
Okay.
Nothing went up. You guys want to say that we have to pay for the tariffs, but inflation didn't start until Joe Biden spent $2
Actually, that's
trillion.
not true. If something is 1.4%, that means goods went up one. Like, do you read numbers? Also, I'm waiting for you to share your sources so that we can all. I like to share with the
Yeah, no
class.
problem. It's
Awesome.
treasury.gov, debt to the penny. That will get you Obama's 10.3 trillion when he took over. It was 19.9 when he
Isn't
left.
that the same one that we
9.3
talked
billion.
about last time, Elbass? The debt to the penny one. RC, I
Yes,
think
but
so.
the problem is you
Can I
started
ask a
with
simple question, Elbass? What
Yeah,
was the
sure.
deficit? What was the deficit in 2016, and what was it in 2019?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
I know already.
While he goes to look that up. While he goes
I'm
to look
sorry.
that up.
I'm gonna need to one-on-one this with this guy because I can't do this kind of format with somebody like him. If I can't force them to answer questions one-on-one, then it's just not gonna work. He's never gonna be actually. If you can't answer a straight-up subtraction question, then you've already lost.
What the hell are you talking about?
You was
What
the
was the GDP in
2016 deficit.
2016?
Was the deficit in 2016 lower than 2019, and by how
What
much?
was the deficit in
This
Obama's
is what I
first
mean.
year
This is
lower
exactly
than
what I mean.
2019?
This is
Was the
exactly what I
deficit
mean.
in 2009, 2010, 2011,
What
or
was the deficit in
2012 lower than
2019?
2019? Yes or no?
What was the deficit in 2019 compared to
Do not have the
2016?
deficit numbers remembered. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
I do.
But I can tell you that the
I
first
do.
4 years of
One second,
Obama's
one second.
presidency,
Elbass,
the deficit was over $1 trillion.
Elbass, 1 second. RC, share the numbers, please.
The 2016 deficit was more than half of what Obama inherited. It was 585 billion. Now, by 2019, Trump had increased it to 984 billion. What did we get out of him increasing the deficit $400 billion in 3 years?
In 2018,
It certainly wasn't
he
more
added $1
jobs.
trillion to the GDP. It was the highest ever added, period.
Okay. Again, I'm just going to try to go back to something simple for
Look,
you. Why
asked
did he
me-
add
oh my God.
$400 billion
He literally
deficit?
had the highest GDP
Dude,
growth in United
I'm
States
sorry.
history. What
I'm
are you
sorry.
talking about?
His
That's
highest
amazing.
quarterly GDP came in 2017.
Why
and
do
it was
you keep saying
before he passed
quarterly?
that trickle-down
His
tax
average.
cut.
What?
Because he's
He
only
didn't?
picking, he's cherry picking
Because
stats.
2.9
That's all
is
he's
not
doing.
worth. I'm sorry, 2.9 is not so much better than 2.7 that it deserves defending
Trump
a
hit
traitor to
3% in
democracy.
2018. If you go to
Obama
status
is the
page,
reason
All right.
Trump had a good
right
All right,
economy,
guys. All right,
and you
guys.
guys are
Everybody
pretending
just
otherwise
everybody
because you
mute
want
up
to
for
back
1
a
second.
fascist.
Mute up
Trump's
for 1
best
second.
year was
Mute up
3%.
1 second. Mute up 1 second. So this is what we're gonna do, because things are a little cantankerous, right? We did not make it to 175,000 likes within that time frame. We're at 150,000 likes, so we're 25,000 away. So what we're going to do is go to sub only. So if you guys want to be a part of the conversation, you can either grab a subscription, which we only need 6 more people to meet our nightly subscription goal. So please consider subscribing. You get access to the Discord. You get access to Fast Pass if you want to come up on the panel and have a conversation. You also get access to what's called a monthly kick, meaning if someone is on the panel and they're talking and you don't like what they have to say, then you can actually type in the chat kick and we can get them up out the paint. There are some parameters around that, which include making sure there's one other person of that same standpoint on the panel, and the person have been on the panel for at least 10 minutes. This is what I want to do because we have 2 spots open. We have 2 spots open. If you are a Trump supporter and you want to come up and have a conversation, please go ahead and request up. Also, if you're a Kamala Harris supporter and you want to come up and have a conversation, please request up. We have 2 spots available. Bill, I want to give the floor to you. The floor is on you.
Yeah, okay. Well, first off, I'd just say that I'm sure Elbass would acknowledge that when you apply tariffs, that cost gets passed on to the consumer. I mean, that's just simple logic, right? And if it gets passed on to the consumer, then vis-a-vis
No.
that's inflation. Okay? And as far as inflation goes, it's not a very good metric to use because the Fed controls inflation at a much higher factor than anything that the president or any kind of spending does. So that's not a reasonable metric to use for any of that stuff. And then as far as the tariffs goes too, if you do then pass them on to the consumer, then it becomes a taxation system. It's a regressive tax, which means it's a flat tax, which means everybody pays equal for that taxation. Whereas the income tax system is a progressive tax, which means the rich pay disproportionately more for the tax. And so when you transfer the taxation system from the income tax to a regressive tariff tax in any percentage, you are transferring the taxation system from the rich to the poor. And so that's all I would say to that argument, and and uh, and that's it.
Okay, perfect. Go
Hey, can
back
I
on
read
mute for me.
something?
Go
Can I
ahead,
read
Javon.
something off
So he
of? This
didn't
is
name
off
any
of a
products.
Hold on one
This
second,
is
guys. Go ahead, Javon.
so. This is off of American Progress.org. The title of the article, this is from March 27th, 2023. The title of the article is "Tax Cuts Are Primarily Responsible for the Increasing Debt Ratio." Without the Bush and Trump tax cuts, debt as a percentage of the economy would be declining permanently. The need to increase the debt limit has focused attention on the size and trajectory of the federal debt. Long-term projections show that federal debt as a percentage of the U.S. economy is on path to grow indefinitely, with increased non-interest spending due to the demographic changes such as increasing life expectancy, declining fertility, and decreased immigration and rising healthcare costs permanently outstripping revenues under projections based on current law. House Republican leaders have used this fact to call for spending cuts, but it does not address the true cause of rising debt. Tax cuts initially enacted during Republican trifectas in the past 25 years slash taxes disproportionately for the wealthy and profitable corporations, severely reducing federal revenues. In fact, relative to earlier projections, spending is down, not up, but revenues are down significantly more. If not for the Bush tax cuts and their extensions, as well as the Trump tax cuts, revenues would be on track to keep pace with spending indefinitely and a debt ratio. That's all.
Okay, and Javon, can you cite your source?
So my source was off of AmericanProgress.org. The title of it is "Tax Cuts Are Primarily Responsible for the Increasing Debt Ratio." The article was dated March 27th, 2023.
Perfect. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's do this. Everybody go on mute. I'm gonna give the floor to MAGA Reacts. James, you have the floor to respond. Everybody else on mute. No one comes off mute until he finishes.
Okay, I want to mention GDP first, real quick. You guys keep saying quarterly GDP. Yeah, but Obama had one quarter where he beat Trump, but Trump consistently had a GDP above 2%, almost 3% the entire time, except for one time it was 1.9. Obama, on the other hand, had a bunch of times where it was 1.6, 1.3. His lowest was 1.3, where Trump's lowest was 1.9. So if you're going to pick out one quarter where Obama did good, but all the other quarters are the average, Trump hasn't beat every time. As far as the tariffs, again, you act like, everybody buys, everything comes from like outside the U.S. Like, what about all the American products that are not going to have tariffs on it? Those products are going to stay the same, and people are going to start buying them instead of buying these imported products. So what he's doing, again, is lowering tax for American products and putting a tax on external products. So don't talk like he's putting a tax on everything. He's only putting tax on everything coming from outside the country. So again, he's trying to help American businesses, and I'm sure he'll pick and choose where to put the tariffs. I don't think he's going to do a blanket tariffs.
Are you
But
dumb? That's
Hold
not
on one second,
definitely
Javon. Hold on,
pick and choose where.
Javon, RC, one second.
is he going to tariff American products? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on, James. Land your plane. Finish your point for me, okay?
That's it.
Okay,
You did a
perfect.
great job.
Hold on, Pablo. All right, now this is what I want to do. Bill, I want to give you the opportunity one more time to respond, and then I'm going to drop you down, my friend. Okay?
Yeah, as far as the tariffs go, yes, he's only going to tax foreign products, but then that makes Americans, it makes us use more more expensive products, right? So otherwise, yeah, right. So we use more expensive American products, and then that cost gets passed on to the consumer, which becomes basically a consumer tax. So no, he doesn't do that, and the only jobs it does create is in the tariff industry. So the rest of the economy loses jobs. And last thing I would say about the deficit, right? Economists will show that there's in addition, there's going to be $7 trillion of deficit spending, and you can't. And a simple economic is you can't cut taxes without cutting spending, and so that's why there was so much debt in the first place. Where are the spending cuts? Where are the proposed spending cuts? And with $7 trillion of debt, I mean, you can close the Department of Education. That's $100 million. And then there's still $6,900,000,000 still deficit. Just so that's why people are saying, well, I got to cut all social programs. I got to raise rates, Medicare, Social Security age goes up, Head Start, education, welfare, food stamps. They all have to be cut in order to cover that much deficit. And so I hope I clarified tariffs. If you got another question about that, I mean, I can answer that. But there's absolutely zero economic advantage to the USA for tariffs, and we would have used them in the last 80 years. Simple as that.
Listen,
The washing machine went down because of tariffs.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Listen, Bill, thank you so much for coming up. You came up here and started a lot of good trouble because we've been. I think E put in the chat. We're in economics class. We have really dug into it, and Bill came up here and started a whole bunch of good trouble. W's in the chat for Bill. Bill, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you.
Can I make a point that seems to be getting lost?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Obama's best annual GDP was 2.9. Trump's best was 3.0. I've actually seen numbers where Obama was 3.1 and Trump was still 3.0. But let's just say it was 2.9. That still means that he produced the same types of numbers, and his quarterly GDP numbers hit above 5% and 4.7, and Trump's best was 4.1 in 2017. So again, those numbers you can look up means that Obama produced better numbers or equivalent numbers without adding trillions to the deficit. And Obama was the one who cut the deficit he inherited by more than half. Trump doubled
That's
it
not
before
true.
the pandemic.
1 second.
Yes, it is.
1 second. Go ahead and finish your point, RC.
The deficit Obama inherited from W was well over $1 trillion, and when he left, it was $585 billion for 2016. Now, Elbass didn't want to answer why Trump added trillions before the pandemic. The deficit was $400 billion more in 2019 than 2016, and we didn't see better numbers. We didn't see better job creation. We didn't see better GDP. It was actually the same or better under Obama. He produced more jobs per month with higher tax rates on the wealthy and people like Trump. So giving corporations a tax cut and the wealthy a tax cut, billionaires didn't need a tax cut at 4% unemployment. It was a waste of trillions, and it didn't produce better numbers.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you, RC. All right, guys. So this is what I want to do. Chat, we are still in sub only because we are only at 169,000 likes. Let's tap the screen, get it up to 175,000 likes, and we can actually open up the comments. I do want to introduce the two new people to the panel. So Pablo, welcome back finally. How are you this evening?
Good. How you been, brother?
Wonderful. Pablo, can you tell the people who you're voting for in this upcoming election and what's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Trump because under Trump, I was having a lot more money in my pockets. My gas prices were much lower. She catches she gets upset a little bit. the black, what's her name?
Black historian. Yeah, when certain people say certain stuff, it gets to her.
It triggers her. I see that.
Well,
but you know, I was saving a lot more money. I had a lot more money in my pocket, and at the end of the night, that's what I really care about. Now I'm gonna give you an example. New York City was a dump at one time. Okay. York City. I'm from Brooklyn. Okay, New York City was infested with crime.
Okay,
With
hold on, Pablo. You're taking it all the way here. I just want to do a quick introduction. One
okay,
second.
okay, 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 okay.
All right, perfect. Mute up for 1 second. Erica, how are you this evening?
I'm wonderful, and you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Who are you voting for in this upcoming election, and what's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Kamala because I know that she will carry on the good thing that Biden had done and improve. Her record has shown in numerous positions that she has had. I've seen record of things that she has improved in the office that she represented. So I think she's well qualified to be the president of the United States.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Go back on mute for me. All right, guys. Chat, welcome back. We just hit 175,000 likes, so I will go back to turning the comments on. So, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 200,000 likes. Also, we still have $185 left in our nightly donation goal. So please, if you're enjoying it live and you enjoy the information, the education, the entertainment, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about the Black Historian, because apparently we are not tipping her enough to be up here dealing with certain people. The facial expressions shows it. So don't forget about her. Ain't that right, the Black Historian?
You know what's crazy?
Can I respond to RC?
Well, 1 second. One other quick thing. We do have one spot left on the panel. So if anyone is interested in joining the panel, we have RC, Erica, and Javon, who are voting for Kamala Harris. We have Pablo, MAGA Reacts, and Elbass, who are voting for Trump. So Trump supporter, Kamala Harris supporter, either one, whoever gets up first, gets up first. So if you want to join the conversation, go ahead and request up. Roscoe, jump in the box. Okay,
Santana, real quick.
Yep.
I gotta restart TikTok. It's acting up for me. I'll be right back.
Okay, yep. Go ahead and request back up. Big Hawk, I tried to get you in. Go ahead, the Black Historian.
I'm just saying, it's funny that he didn't say anything until I started talking.
That is true. That is true. We're gonna be very mindful. All right. 1 second. So we do have Roscoe and Big Hawk. I didn't expect to get both of you guys in. We'll start with Big Hawk. Big Hawk, can you tell the people who you're voting for in this upcoming election and what's the biggest reason why?
Trump.
And the biggest reason why?
His policies.
Okay, Roscoe.
A few of his policies. His policies that matter to me the most, that concern me the most, is why I'm voting for him.
Okay, perfect. And Roscoe, can you tell them who you're voting for in this upcoming election and your biggest reason why?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Thanks for inviting me up, E. I really appreciate it, and hope everybody doing well. I'm voting for Trump, coming from state of Ohio, and the biggest reason why is because I feel like Trump is the guy that's gonna make things happen. He's a go-getter.
Okay.
He just like his concepts.
He does. All right, guys. So perfect. This is what I want to do, Elbass. I know you want to respond to RC, but I want to kind of put that on the back burner just for a moment because I want to get a couple of other conversations going. I know we've been talking about the economy for a while, and what I would actually like to hear, Pablo mentioned how he's from New York, and he listed out his reasons why he's voting for Trump, and he started to talk about New York. But then we also have Javon, my brother up here. He's from New York, and he's standing on the other side of the aisle. So Pablo, I would like for you to have a conversation with Javon, basically explaining why. I know you said it would be better for your pockets as far as having Donald Trump in office, but can you explain to Javon why Trump would be better for not only your pockets, how to partner, but also for New York and America as a whole? Pablo?
Okay, hello.
Oh, sorry. I was sending you a request to come off mute at the same time. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead and come off mute, Pablo.
Hold it, Javon. Hello, Javon?
Javon, do you hear him?
Javon might be a lot younger than me, okay? Now I'm gonna explain to you. In the '80s and in the '90s, New York was one of the worst places to live in. Okay, Donald Trump came out of his pockets to pay for an ice skating ring out there because people wanted an ice skating ring. They were trying to make all this. Democrats were trying to pay all this attention for $2 billion. It was going to cost. Donald Trump did it for $2 million, and he put an ice skating ring in Central Park. Another thing is that he bought a lot of businesses. Him and Giuliani, they cleaned up New York where you couldn't get away with crime. Like if you to go to New York now, my whole family lives in New York, and they say it's a freaking mess out there right now with a lot of these Venezuelans that are robbing and doing all kind of weird things. And so what I'm trying to explain to y'all is that the reason why when Trump was in office, I mean, not when he was in office, but when he was a businessman, he brought a lot of businesses to New York. He bought a lot of the high risers. He really transformed New York to the place to come visit at one point because New York was nothing but prostitutes, gun violence, drug addicts. It was like
You can't say rugs. Say rugs.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
It was kind of like Philly, like a zombie land over there. And once Giuliani, because that's when Mayor Dinkins was the mayor, it was crazy. Every time Democrats have control of New York, they run it down with violence and crime. Once Giuliani came, he claimed New York, it was one of the safest cities in the whole country. But not even that, but they brought a lot of businesses. New York, it is the way it is because of Giuliani and Donald Trump. And I'm going to tell you because I used to run in the streets back in the days. And so I already know how it was. It was run down like a third world country. And so now it's getting back to that again, little by little. The streets are getting worse. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of people that don't have we don't have their where they're from. I mean, so they're getting away with crime.
All right, brother. I'm gonna need to pause you because you lying too much.
Hold on one second.
New York, born
hold
and
on one
raised.
second, Mr. 1000. Javon, are you back? Javon, are you back? Okay, I didn't think so. Mr. 1000, you got the floor.
You're lying too much, brother. I'm from New York, born and raised.
Where,
I'm in my
part?
40s.
Where you from?
Brooklyn.
Okay, I'm from
Brooklyn,
Coney
son.
Island, Brownsville, East New York.
Okay.
I'm from Brooklyn.
I'm from all of that. I'm from all of that. Don't tell me New York wasn't clean at one time. Don't tell me it wasn't.
My boy.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
The crime is actually lower now than it was under Trump.
You are
my
lying.
boy.
You know how I know you're
The
lying?
crime is.
You know how I know
I'm
you're lying?
still in New York to this day.
Hey, yo.
Pablo, you got to talk. Pablo, you got to talk uninterrupted. You got to talk uninterrupted. Pablo, you got to talk uninterrupted.
He lying on his ass.
Go on mute and let him finish speaking.
Yeah, let him
Pablo,
go.
You more than welcome to go check the FBI files.
Yeah.
To confirm what I'm saying. New York crime is at the lowest right now. At the lowest.
You don't have to report national crime to the FBI, sir.
Hold on. Who's the wait?
Respond to that?
Wait, hold on.
I'm gonna drop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop. I'll be back.
All right, RC. Listen, everybody else, please mute up. If it's not Pablo or Mr. 1000, everybody else, please stay on mute for this conversation. But Pablo, you got to let Mr. 1000 speak. You gotta let him finish the sentence.
Okay, but I get what you're saying. But listen,
no, Pablo.
The biggest.
Let him finish.
As far as for big cities, New York is not even in the top 20s for the dangerous cities. So don't sit here and try to make it seem like New York is horrible and Trump made it this great thing. Because at the time that Trump was actually doing business in New York, it was horrible, crime rated. The crime didn't drop down until the 2000s. And Trump and his family was in New York from what? 60s to the 90s? So don't make it seem like Trump did this great thing for New York. No. The crime is lower now. It's way lower now. I still live in Brooklyn. I walk these streets every day. I do outreach in these streets every day. You probably maybe lived here before and you call your family and it might have been a crime on their block. That don't mean it's every block, my boy.
Sir, with all due respect, I have NYC.gov up right now.
Yep. Hold on one second. One second. One second. Go ahead and all right, Pablo. The floor is yours.
Okay, now listen. He lying out his teeth, bro. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. I'm 52 years old. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Kings County. Let me tell you something. New York, the crime rate under Trump and Giuliani, that shit dropped like no tremendous. Yo, it was so safe. They had undercovers. He lying. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna tell you right now, Giuliani and Trump made New York what it became because back in the days, no business wanted to come to New York. It was infested with everything because I was in the streets back in those days. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about where Alpo was around. He don't know what he's talking about. Like, listen, I was all over Harlem, Brooklyn, but I even went to the South, the VA, Baltimore. He don't know what he's talking about. New York was much more safer under Giuliani and Trump, and that's hands down. He don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so what I'm saying to you, and they brought a lot of businesses because New York was like it was infested. Look at videos, bro. Videos will show you of how New York was, and then when Trump left, and when Trump was off there, and how they started investing and bringing companies and big businesses back to New York. He don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Go on mute for me 1 second here. And Javon, are you back?
Don't let me go find Javon in another live. Javon.
I know, right? No. All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
Host, with all respect, I have receipts, host.
Yeah, I was just actually about to come to you. No Way Patriots. Can you, before you get started, can you tell the people who you're voting for in this upcoming election, the biggest reason why?
Yes, sir. I am voting for Donald J. Trump, and the number one reason is the border.
Okay. And you have, can you back it up a little bit for us?
This is nyc.gov, sir.
No. I'm saying, can you back it up? It was kind of hard to see what you were showing. Just back up.
Yes, sir. It's nyc.gov. I'll go back one stage just so we can see this is total. This is 7 major felony offenses, sir. Hold on, I'll bring it up. 7 major felony offenses year over year. Right there. That's what it says. Right there. Let's do year over year. Let's start when Trump came into office, which is 2016. Okay. Total major felony offenses is 100,716. That was when Trump came into office. It went down to 96,658. Then the next year, 2018, it went to 95,833. The next year, it went down to 95,606. Then Biden came into office. It went to 95,606, 95,607. I'm sorry, 2020. I apologize, host. I apologize. So then 2020, Biden comes into office, 95,000. Then it goes to 102,000. Then in 22, it goes to 126,000. And in 2023, it goes to 126,786. Right here, this is nyc.gov. I'll be happy to go backwards and show you where I'm at. Historical crime data on New York City. Felony offenses right here, the 7 major felony offenses. It's right here. Historical data. I'm on nyc.gov. So the gentleman is completely correct in exactly what he's saying. It's on the PDF.
Okay, but wouldn't that include Trump as a criminal as well?
Hold on one second, everybody. 1 second.
Now pull up 2024.
Listen, Mr. 1000, that's where I was just about to go. Because literally,
it's lower now.
Literally, I have an article here from nyc.gov specifically talking about the actual crime rate, and NYPD announces citywide crime statistics for the second quarter in 2024. They are at a 6 month for the 6th month in a row reduction in overall index crime prevailed again. They dropped 4% in major offensive compared in the same month in 2023. Long story short, you're absolutely right. There was an uptick overall, but even the nyc.gov has information speaking to how they're actually at the lowest point they've been in a long time, and year over year they're trending down, and they're trending down for 6 straight months.
Oh, Santana, do you think I'm lying? I'm not providing the correct
No,
data?
no, no, no. I'm not.
Dude,
Hold on one
no,
second.
no.
Hold on one second.
Nobody said you're not
Hold
providing the
on.
right data.
Hold on, guys. Listen. Listen.
95.
Hold on one second. No way, Patriot.
Coach, you know why it
Yes,
dropped
sir.
down?
Yes, sir.
Because Biden wrote that executive order and they stopped busing illegal immigrants.
Thank you, because I was about to.
I just said hold on, and you just kept talking. What is happening?
No, that
where
wasn't
are we?
me, sir.
I know, no. I know it wasn't you. I know it wasn't you, my friend. Who? So no, listen. I'm not saying that you're no way patriot. I'm not saying that you're lying, because I do believe you. I'm on the same site. What I'm saying though is go back up to the top of your chart for me for a second, please.
Yes, sir. Hold on. I'll go back.
And
This
now
is
go
what
to
I'll
the
do.
right.
I'll go this.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
the
no, no,
data.
no, no. You're good. You're good. I want to say.
Okay,
I
I'm
want to say
sorry,
where you are.
sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'll click back on that. Yes,
Now
sir.
go to the right of the chart. What is it in? Is that keep all the way to the right?
2023 is the last year, sir.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so the thing that I agree, right? There was an uptick trend, but then in 2024, you're absolutely right that New York is seeing some of the lowest crime rates, and it's also been some of the lowest crime rates across the country that we've had in the U.S. in the last I can't say how long, but it is statistically. You're absolutely right. Your chart provides your point. If you're looking at a complete comparison year over year, there was an uptick towards the end of Trump, and it really shot up during the Biden administration. But in this last year of the Biden administration, specifically, crime in New York is down to record lows.
I don't have that data, so I can't dispute data that I don't have in front of me.
Yeah, no, you're fine,
Data.
and it's on
Mr.
the
No
same
Way.
site.
Yeah, it's 25% uptick though from the years from 2020 to 2023. It actually would be a 27% because it's 95,000 to 126,000. That would be a 27% uptick over the years that Biden's been president. I'm not saying 2024 did not go down, sir. I'm
That's
just
fair.
saying from 2020 to 2023, clearly it's at 27. Actually, it's at 26, 27. So 27.5, give or take, uptick. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
There was an
there's
there was an
validity in what you're
uptake,
saying.
and all of that was a recovering from C-19. I'm
2020
literally
last year, sir. Hold on, sir. With all due
Okay,
respect,
yes, and
last
New
year
York was still recovering. Like I said, I'm here. I live here.
in
New York was
2023,
still
they were still recovering,
recovering.
sir.
Yes. New York was still recovering when it came to jobs.
Okay.
New York was still recovering. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
40-something years of my life, I'm here.
Sir, I'm not doubting where you're from.
But that's a
here.
crime stat, not a
Oh,
job
I would like
stat.
to comment on one thing that was said.
One second.
If
Everybody,
there's
hold
no-
on. This is what we're gonna do, because I do want to let Erica speak. But before we do, again, all the New York gets like the testosterone pumping, and all the it makes me want to be like New York, son, howdy partner, son, right? So this is what we're gonna do. Let's bring it down just a half a tick. We do have Phil on the panel, and we're going to give Phil the floor just for a moment so they can actually speak to something specific. And then after Phil finishes up, then we're going to come to Erica. So Phil, the floor is yours.
Hey guys, it's me again. I am one of the moderators here, and I'm just coming up to ask for some community assistance. My wife and I have fallen on some really hard times, and she had emergency surgery that put her out of work for a while. I'm looking at emergency surgery coming up in a couple weeks, and we recently took in my 17-year-old younger sister. We are currently facing possible houselessness, and this community has been so phenomenal on helping us out. You guys have done so much for us. We're so close to what we need. So if anyone is able to help, anything is accepted,
Everything is accepted, anything is appreciated.
And my pay links are up there. They're in my bio as well if you guys could help out. I also have a GoFundMe that is in my bio that you'll have to copy and paste that has a few more details. But it does take off the top. However you guys are able to help out would be great. But again, I want to say a huge thank you to this community. You have no idea. The number was so daunting when we started, and y'all have helped immensely. We are so close. So yeah, just whatever anyone's able to do. My DMs are open within reason. If you have any questions. So I really, really appreciate you guys.
And Biden wasn't president in 2020.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much, Phil. We appreciate it, guys. We really appreciate the one thing that I do pride our community on more than being able to have conversations is being able to support each other, right? And we've come together more than a few times to help support each other, and that's what the whole collecting money for DV in Maricopa County, Arizona was about when it came to supporting Phil in this situation. When it comes to the job opportunity, which again, if you are looking for a job, we have some options for temporary work. I just need you to send me an email. I have a video posted about it, so check it out. But it's about community. It's about helping people out. And so we're sitting up here on the panel where we have people who are standing on the side of Donald Trump. We have people on the side of Kamala Harris. But at the end of the day, we are all Americans and we are all a community. We say that, and I say that with my full chest, knowing that I have on the same panel the Black historian, who is here quite often, but then also Roscoe, who is here quite often, and both of them are, for the most part, diametrically opposed, but both of them are part of our community. So the last plea that I will make to you all is, if you can help Phil, if you can help someone in our community stave off houselessness, please do so. These are Cash App, Venmo. Also, the GoFundMe is in the bio, in Phil's bio. So if you guys can do anything, please do so. Phil, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, and awesome conversation, guys. Keep up the communication and education. I really love you.
Hold on, stay up here 1 second.
Okay.
You and I 100% guarantee we diametrically oppose politically. I have a question for you, and you may not want to disclose this, but I can't help if you don't. What city and state are you in?
I'm not afraid to admit I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay, do yourself a favor.
Giant city. You can't find me.
No, ma'am. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. I don't give a shit about follows. Follow me and message me your information. I have something that I can help you with. All right?
Absolutely. And that's the other thing about this community, guys. I can't even begin to describe how much help you guys have given me, and that's on both sides of this road.
Oh yeah.
We are all people. We are all Americans. Well, no, we're not all Americans, but we're all people. Mm-hmm. We're all people. So thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Phil. I appreciate you so much. And I am going to drop you down. No way, Patrick, I appreciate you. Again, like I said, we might sit up here. Everybody might, have differences and all those other things. But at the end of the day, we are all connected. We're all a community. Ain't that right, Roscoe? I'm going to just take that as a yes.
Can I address No Way real quick? Just finish.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Okay, yes. New York was still recovering from COVID. We lost a lot of jobs.
C-19.
And we're C-19. We're well overpopulated. So a lot of business had to close down after C-19. Most people that are still here
I'm not going to have a debate. I don't debate morality. It's not the way I bring about a debate. You guys don't know me. A lot of people on the app do. I don't debate morality. I just debate numbers. I provided numbers. You could be right. I know you live there. What am I going to say? I live in Palm Beach, Florida, right? What am I really going to say? You experienced it. Your individual experience may be more knowledgeable than my numbers, but I can tell you the numbers up till 2023 don't lie. Would you agree with that, sir?
I never said it. I never said that there wasn't an uptake. I knew there was an uptake. I'm saying right now it's at a lower.
Okay, sir. And that may be, I don't have that data in front of me, so I can't argue that data.
Yeah, no, listen, the one thing that I will say and actually speak to is I mean, No Way Patriot was right with the information that he did have. I did pull up the 2024, and to your point, Mr. 1000, there has been a dramatic decrease in 2024. So, but yeah, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, guys. Massive W's in the massive W's in the chat. We received an anonymous $85 donation to the nightly goal. That puts at $150. We're only $100 away from closing out our nightly goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the bio. Please consider donating. We are in the semi closing portion of the night, so probably about, technically we're supposed to go to the top of the hour. We might go a little bit over, just depending on how the conversations go, but not too long. But just wanted to make everyone aware as far as how much more time we have. With that being said, guys, tap. Let's get this thing up to 250,000 likes. Let's get it up to 250,000 likes. I want to jump over just for a second to Erica, because I said I was going to give Erica the floor. Erica, you had something you wanted to add to it.
Yes, I wanted to add two things. First of all, I've been to third world countries. They're nothing like New York. People are peaceful. They mind their business. Crimes is not high. They're really nice, gentle people. For you to compare a third world country to violence, I've been to Europe. I've been to Ghana. I've been to Germany. I don't see violence there. People are chilling. They're relaxing. So for someone to say immigrants are coming in and tearing up the United States, that's causing division, because it took immigrants to build up America. It took different immigrants. Some were brought here against their will, and some came willingly. We all took a part in building up America. Number two, you're looking at crime rates. Let's look at how many offenses that Donald Trump did to New York. It was so bad that people were chanting at him at the courthouse, telling him to get out of New York. They didn't even want him there. So for you to parade someone of all the offense that he was found guilty of, and so many businesses that he had bankruptcy in, and jobs that he could have gave to black men when he would not hire, or he would not let black people move into his apartment buildings. So you need just check a little bit more, because you're liking somebody who don't really like you. And you have to look at that. You have to look at what he is saying in front of the news. He's telling you in so many words that if you're not where he is, or in his standards, or in his liking, then you don't mean nothing. The people are passing out his rally. He doesn't have air conditioning. He's not paying his rally bills. But this is what you want to stand for, the policies that he stand for. He can't even give us a straight plan about what he's going to do. He keeps saying he's working on that. When you don't have a plan, the Bible says, man without vision will not prosper. He doesn't have a vision. His vision is for his own pocket and for his own gain. If you can't see that, then you need an eye-seeing dog to direct you to where you need to go.
Yeah, no, listen, I think that you said a lot there, so much so, because you know what, I think it's so interesting, because we do have, people who are on the panel that support Trump in multiple ways, but we do have specifically black men on the panel that support Trump. And so I guess I want to go to Roscoe, because Roscoe, and I hate to lean on you like this, but I know I quite often do. Roscoe, can you speak to what Erica was saying as far as the overall morale of Donald Trump? And, I know we've had this conversation, but when you talk about someone who isn't necessarily for people of our hue, what do you say when Erica makes that plea to you as far as understanding how he's not for us?
Well, first off, Erica, I can empathize with the way you feel, but I honestly think that most of the time it's the news and the media that's put out there that shine that man in the bad light. A lot of the black people that I deal with don't feel the way you do about it, but they able to see it from a different lens. So most of my problem comes from blue or red, Democrat or Republican. And Republicans have done a lot for black people of color, and Democrats have done a lot to hold black people back. So if you are, this is my way of thinking, and if you are against the family unit, the conservativeness of a family, or that you are a type of person that's more liberal, then you tend to side with the Democratic Party. And my whole life I voted Democrat because my family told me to. They told me that we vote in a Democratic household, which is common for a lot of black folks. And once I became older and I started making my own decision as an adult, I voted for Barack Obama both times, and I didn't feel like he did what one thing that black people has been asking for is reparations and to be taken care of in this country like normal citizens of their counterparts, and we haven't still gotten there yet. But Republicans gave black people the right to vote for us to even be able to talk the way we are right now. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to convince anybody to vote what they do, but my own personal beliefs is different than everyone else's.
Okay.
So,
One second.
Okay, so can I
Hold on.
contribute to that?
Can I address it? Hold on. Can I address this?
Hold on,
Can I
no.
address this
I
a
would
little
like
bit
to
with
address
facts?
this.
No. I know everybody wants to address that, but what we will do is hold on for a second. We're gonna go to my co-host because it took everything in her power not to reply. So we're gonna give her the floor first, and then Erica gets to reply because it was originally her conversation. So the Black Historian, Erica, and then we'll go from there. I know everybody wanted to jump in. Let's the Black Historian. Floor is yours.
The Republicans didn't give us the right to vote in 65. It was actually the Democrats. It was the ideology switch. I want you to come off mute for a second, Roscoe. And I think I asked you this question. You can answer it. What have the Republicans done for us before 1965?
Before 1965, the Civil Rights Act.
That's not the... No.
Okay, and then
I can tell-
with
can I tell-
Abraham
Hold on,
Lincoln,
hold on.
I don't think he really knows.
I know. Just hold on, Big Hawk. I promise you, I'm coming to you. But this right now, this is the Black Historian and Roscoe. So just one moment. I know everybody wants to say something, but just hold on. Go ahead, the Black Historian.
No, I was waiting for him to answer.
Yeah, and then Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and one thing that I gotten out of that whole situation was that Republicans did three major things that the Democrats haven't done. And if I'm wrong, then prove me to be wrong. I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel in my heart that the Republicans, we haven't given them enough of a chance. And we're all conservative. So.
Okay, and what are the pillars of reparation?
Free pillars of reparations, or what Republican Party done for
What
people
are
of
the
color?
pillars for reparations?
It was supposed to be 40 acres and a mule. We were supposed to be able to get our fair share of this land and property.
So you just think it's about money, right?
No, I think
So
it's
what
being
are
paid
they?
back for years of genocide.
G side.
Same, yeah, the same thing that the other minority groups gotten, if not more.
You know what? Again, Lincoln didn't free the slaves because he wanted to. He just outlawed it in the South. Just outlawed it in the South. He didn't want slavery in the North because he wanted to protect white jobs. He didn't want to expand it to the north. So it wasn't like he did us a favor.
Was
He
the
really didn't
Democratic
like
Party
it.
opposed to that?
I didn't interrupt you, sir. Let me finish. He didn't believe that black people were equal. He didn't believe them to be slaves, but he didn't give a fuck about us. So when you sit here and say that the Republican Party, we didn't give them a chance, how can they? They don't even give us representation in their party. And then when women speak up, they push them out of their party like they did Liz Cheney. So they don't want women speaking. They want them in their place.
Hey, Big Hawk, are you still there? Because you keep teacupping on me, my friend.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Liz
Perfect.
Cheney is a
Hold on,
war hawk, man.
Hold on. I was just making sure you were still here because, again, I wanted to check in with you, but I didn't know if you were still here because you keep turning into a teacup. Perfect. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your point, the black historian.
Right. And then it's more to reparations than just asking for money. It's reparations is to repair something that you did that they have done wrong. It's more than just money.
Tell me when it's my turn, hosts.
I don't like you. I've seen your page. You are full of hate.
One second. The black historian, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Real quick, because I want to go to Erica, but W's in the chat for Alina for adding $1.87 to the nightly goal, but also W's in the chat for Veronica for immediately fixing it with $3.13, and she says self-hate is real. Yeah, so guys, we're at $155. We still have $95 left in our nightly donation goal. There's 380 of us watching right now, so if 95 people just send $1, we can go ahead and knock that out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. If you're enjoying the live, enjoying the information, education, that's the best way to actually support the live is through the pay links. And please don't forget about the Black Historian, because she is on the East Coast, she is up late, and she is dealing with foolishness. So let's make sure we bless all of her pay links as well. They are in her bio. With that being said, Erica, the floor is yours.
Okay, first of all, lack of knowledge is what you have, sir. If you go back and you research, you need to research and read more and study more and dig a little bit more deeper. The thing is that some black people want people just to give them something to lift them up, but you got to earn what you get. You got to educate yourself. You got to want to have the drive. You can't get anything for nothing. You have to earn what you get. You can't expect for someone to give you something. And then number two, why is it, let me ask you this question, why isn't the Republicans, majority of the Republicans are voting Democratic instead of Republican, because they don't feel like Donald Trump is fit. This is a dual thing that they're doing against Donald Trump. It's not only the Democrats are against him, his own party against him. So that speaks value about who he is, because Republicans are on to stick together. So you're having some saying, I don't even want anything to do with him. You have other people that sit upon him. Generals are saying that he's unfit to be president. There are people that do. My friend, she's a psychologist. She did an analysis on him. She said he's going into Alzheimer's. He don't even know who he's fighting against.
Hold on, Erica. We don't want to specifically say that because none of us up here are doctors. We haven't had access to any of his medical files.
I take it back. I apologize.
Yeah.
But he is.
Now, if you want to say that you think that he's slipping cognitively, I can get behind that because he's older.
I take that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but he doesn't know if sometime he mentioned he's running against Obama. I heard him say that. Sometime he says he's running against Biden, but he's running against Kamala Harris. And sometimes it's who he's running against. So, and then these outbreaks of dancing and songs when he should be doing politics. People fainting in California, and he wants to play music, and then asks if anybody else, just somebody else said that cares about people. Is there anybody else that's gonna faint? So think about what you see. It's not only the news, but it's right before your eyes. Do you rather believe a lie than the truth? What do you want to believe?
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much, Erica. And listen, Erica, I appreciate you coming up and one, shifting the conversation, but two, speaking to the soul of what we need to get back to and the thought process behind that. I appreciate you. I'm going to drop you down, my friend. And so what I want to do though is, No Way Patriot, I know you are a very numbers minded person. But I did want to give you an opportunity to actually speak to what she just said, because she definitely had a great point. Oh, also, I meant to correct this earlier. I'm so sorry, Erica, if you're still listening. This is for Erica. This is for everybody, guys. It's you made a comment about third world countries. It's not third world countries. It's developing nations, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is, trying to compare the United States to these other countries. I mean, a lot of situations we're in or they're in can be directly related to the United States in different ways. So they're developing nations. So I just want to make sure I called that out. But No Way Patriot. I did kind of want to give you the floor because, again, you are a very, you came up here, you had numbers, you had, facts, and so I appreciate that. But what say you to the fact that, yeah, you do have a lot of long-standing Republicans who have switched sides and are no longer supporting the Republican Party because of Donald Trump in this election? You have them actually supporting Kamala Harris.
Santana, I appreciate the question. Here's what I'd like to do. I write down diligent notes, so I'd like to certainly go over the rebuttals to the notes, and I'll write yours down as well. So let's first start with the Donald Trump thing. Donald Trump employs. Hold on.
Let's just say this. RC Dubs, with your rebuttals, point those towards RC Dubs for me, please.
Well, I was doing them towards the young lady, the one who just dropped, the one thing. So Donald Trump employs 23,400 people, 42% of POCs, 53% of them are women of power. That's first of thing. So they are ahead of them. So 42% of POCs. So I want to start with there. In addition, okay, the majority of Republicans are voting Democrat, is what she said. That is absolutely 100%. You should not want misinformation on your page. It's less than 2.5%. You know that. I know that. That's the truth. Okay. Now I'm gonna keep going on to this stuff. So then I heard reparations. I'm a white team man, so I have to be careful what I say, but I only bring factual information. I never bring my opinion or morality into the argument. That's not what I do. Okay. So 44 million Black Americans. Is that true? 44 million, 45 million, depending on the account that you look at. Out of that, there are only 3.7 million Black Americans in this country right now that are direct descendants of slaves. If you want them to get reparations, I 100% agree. I'm probably the only Republican you're ever going to hear that say that. However, here's the difference. I think you should get it to the Republican or from the Democrats, because not a Republican owned a slave. In addition, if the party switched and you believe that, explain to me exactly how I went to sleep one day not a racist and woke up a racist.
Okay, can I take over that last point? Because
go right ahead, RC.
Can you tell me where the Dixiecrats currently are?
Are you going to play the Dixiecrat game? Would you like me to get into this with you, sir?
Sir,
there were six people.
I get to reclaim my time now. Reclaiming my time.
Because you don't want me to say the truth.
Reclaiming my time.
I'll drop. You don't want. Hey, if you don't want my.
1 second. No Way Patriot. One second. Go ahead, RC.
See, Lee Atwater confessed to the Southern strategy that Nixon used, that Reagan used, that Lee Atwater worked for Ronald Reagan. If you want to look up Lee Atwater Southern strategy, there's audio. It's very offensive. He uses the N-word a lot, but he talks about redlining. He talks about the ways that things changed after the 1964 Civil Rights Act, signed by a Democrat. And that Democrat was told, you're going to lose South. You're going to lose the Southern support from Dixiecrats when you do this. And that's what happened. But he did the right thing anyway. And those Dixiecrats are the former Dixiecrats are now the GOP base in the South, where they're trying to control women, where the Confederacy was. And if you look at this century, The Confederate flag was waved at the first black president elected by Democrats. Those were not Republicans waving the Confederate flag at Obama, and they were not Republicans waving the Confederate flag on January 6th, or not Democrats on January 6th for Trump. Those were Republicans waving it against Obama and for Trump. So if you want to pretend the switch didn't happen, Trump is the culmination of it. And going back to Lee Atwater confessing to the Southern strategy, guess who he taught in the ways of racist politics? He taught Paul Manafort and Roger Stone. They both work for Trump, doing his bidding with the kind of politics that he's engaging in now, lying about legal Haitian migrants. And the same thing, when he started out his campaign in 2016, it was a racist birther tactic. 2020, it was migrants. 2024, he's got nothing new. It's back to migrants. Guess what? You're likely to find per capita more criminals on his campaign staff than you are among migrants.
Would you like to talk about the Robert Byrd and who gave his eulogy, sir?
Yes, NAACP actually praised Robert Byrd as an example of change in this country, and they said Trump was a
This
racist.
is not a place for me, sir. Hey,
The
hey, host, drop me,
NAACP
please.
said Trump was
I don't want to wreck your
racist,
life.
and they
I don't wanna
praised
wreck your life.
Robert
Please
Byrd.
drop me,
Hold on
sir.
one second. Hold on
Drop
one
me, sir.
second.
You
He
got
doesn't
dunked
listen to me.
on.
I
Hold on one second,
did
RC.
41 seconds. I did 40. I'm a psychopath with numbers. You're right. You're right, host. I did
Oh,
41
you wanna
seconds. I
debate
did my whole
economic
rant. Hold on,
numbers?
let me finish. I did my whole rant in 41 seconds. He's already taken a minute and a half. I understand this is your life. You control it. You are the man. This is your world, and I am
You
just a
brought up
squirrel.
Byrd. I
Hold
know
on, I'm
more
just a
about
squirrel.
him
Hold
than
on,
you.
sir.
Hold on one
I'm
second,
just a
RC.
squirrel.
Go on mute for me
I
just a moment,
appreciate. Hold
RC.
on. I appreciate
Hey, no way,
you
Patriot.
bringing me up.
Hold on.
I appreciate you bringing me up, sir.
Wait,
But I
wait,
don't
wait.
think
Listen.
that I'm going to bring anything good to this panel, and I don't want to bring negativity. I don't bring negativity anywhere. I provide numbers. That's my thing. I don't want to provide negativity. I don't argue on morality, and this is morality arguments. I won't have them. So I don't want to hurt your lives. So
You
please
brought
drop
up
me, sir.
Robert
It's
Byrd.
understandable. Thank you so much, No Way, Patrick. We appreciate you. You have
Yes,
a
sir.
wonderful
You have a
rest of your
great day,
night.
sir. You have a great evening.
If you want to
Everyone.
talk economic
bless
data, let's do that. I'll crush you
His
there
whole
too.
page, his whole content is full of lies and full of hatred toward people.
Exactly.
My dog ate my homework, and then my immigrant ate my dog.
Right? He wants to
Santana.
come up here and say a whole bunch of random numbers, but he doesn't have any facts or legitimate sources to back it up. Like you can't just come up here.
I will say,
He's a
hold on one
horrible
second.
human.
Yeah, no,
No.
I will say that the original point he did bring up some numbers, so he has some data, but I think when you can't separate numbers and with any type of sense of morality, then that's where the line has to be drawn, and there's a huge problem.
This was the problem I had when he was rambling and doing his little thing. He was saying that Trump had created all these jobs and stuff, right? But then he didn't want to talk about how many jobs that closed under Trump and how many of the people lost their jobs because of him.
Yeah, no,
His
for sure.
bankruptcies and all that. He is always just the half of the truth. He didn't. He wasn't saying the whole truth or anything, so he can miss me with that.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay. So Bunny Diva, how are you this evening?
Hi, how are you, Santana? I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right. Gosh, we just lost Roscoe. Okay, Bunny Diva, who are you voting for, and what's the biggest reason why?
Oh, Kamala, of course.
Kamala.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I always know better. Kamala, of course. That's who I'm voting for. For me, for her to continue with the health care, the affordable care, because, for instance, when they tell these stories about, Trump wanting to, for so long, say that he has a plan for Obamacare when it was called Obamacare. Me and my husband had chose for me to do the Obamacare at the time. So when he launched that back in 2014, I've been on it ever since, because his company it made more financial sense for me to be on Obamacare. So I've been on it for a long time, and I can tell you that my company, my job, even with my job, it was a better choice. I was able to keep my same doctors. Nothing changed as far as that's concerned. And just recently, I had some surgery, and there was $3,000 for medicine, and I didn't have to pay a cent. So it was so many good things that, not to mention how much the whole fiasco of staying in the hospital had cost me. So it just really bothers me a lot of times when these people come on and they talk about, Trump doing this, Trump doing that. I'm speaking on morality. I'm also in the New York, New Jersey area, and literally you can see all the failed hotels that he has here, that he has failed. Many businesses, and he has done many things wrong to a lot of people. When you look at him and see how he can be completely racist, and I don't know, basically, well, no, I'm going to take that back. I do know. If you like him, there is something in you that is also in him. So if you're a bully, he's a bully. Okay? If you're misogynistic, it's the same thing, because he's trying to have this. No, it's the truth. It is the truth, because you cannot have morality and like this man. I'm sorry. You cannot. If you can't see through him and see how he uses people, every time someone, what's funny? There's two people that he will not talk about, and that is Mary Trump and Fred Trump. Okay? Because they have the same blood. He can talk about everybody else and say, oh, they lying, this and that, they lying. He knows that they have receipts on him. He knows that he never says anything bad about them, because he knows he better not, okay? But everybody else, he says, oh, this one's wrong, that one's wrong. And so, for me, I see through him. I see through him. And for people who are, of color, that support him, I'm so sorry. It's sad. You guys are very sad, because this man has done so many things to people, especially people of color.
Can you land the plane with your lies?
Hey, Pablo, you've been up on the panel before. Let's remain respectful. Thank you so much for that, Bundy Diva. I appreciate you. Go on mute for me just a moment. This is what I want to do. Mr. 1000, I'm going to drop you down, my friend, okay?
All right. I sent you and Black Historian a link to debunk what Roscoe said.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I appreciate you.
You already know.
All right. Thank you.
You're going to send more lies from New York.
All right, guys. I want to, or let's level set with the panel that we have left. Guys, we still have $95 left in our nightly donation goal. There's 380 of us watching right now, so if 95 people just send $1, we can knock out this actual nightly goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links in the bio. Is Santana Speaks 24 if you're enjoying the live. If you enjoy the education, the information, the entertainment, please consider donating. It's the best way to keep this live going and being able to do what we do. Everything is accepted, anything's appreciated, and please don't forget about the Black Historian, because I have not heard her call out anyone to thank in a long time. So we have to make sure that we take care of her as well. All of her pay links are in her bio. And also, I'm going to just say this, right? Excuse me. I'm just going to say this. The Lakers, this is the second time that my LA Lakers have played and won, and I have not been able to watch the game because I've been here with you guys, right? So, at the very least, we can get these taps up, because we're only at 234 out of our 500,000 goal. Like, we should be able to get this to 300,000 in no time. So I don't know. Tap the screen. Let's get this up to 350,000 likes. Let's knock out the nightly donation. Let's keep it going. I would like to have. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Shay.
We were talking about Vanessa Gillian, the soldier who Trump insulted, saying it's $60,000 to bury a effing Mexican. Why did the sister say that news reporters were lying and she voted for Trump? Her sister voted for Trump. That's all it takes, is some money to buy a vote. That's horrible. It's horrible.
Harris could buy my vote for 60 grand.
Well, the thing is, there's so many blacks and Latinos that are voting for him now. You know, a lot of people are leaving the
Latino's not a
Democratic
race.
Party.
Latino's not a race.
Well, and
A
you know
lot
what?
of Latinos.
It's funny that you say
Hey,
that
listen,
though.
can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
Can I say
go right
something real
ahead.
quick? As a whole, you know, this one guy, I don't know, I like him because, and I like you too, brother, man. I ain't got nothing against you, but it's just, it's good to call both sides. You know, like, you know, not just, I don't know if you're just a leftist or a rightist. I mean, I just think like you should be able to monitor this in the right way, like you're in the middle. You're not here to please the left or the right. You just want to come out and hear the truth, right? Because then people kind of like, you got people on the right that agree with you, and then there are going to be times where people on the left not going to agree with you because you're saying, okay, this is true. I heard of this, and I did some research on this. I think that people should be, as a host, you should just be for the people.
Yeah,
You
no,
How is
shouldn't be for
Trump
the left.
lying about?
listen, I appreciate your
Unless
thoughts and your sentiments. And I mean, the biggest thing is I want to have these conversations, but I want to have intellectually honest conversations, right? And
right,
I think there's a
absolutely.
huge difference. And the one thing that I can appreciate is if someone is going to say, you know, I feel this way, right? I can respect your feelings, I can respect your opinion. The one problem that I have, though,
Right.
is when people try to pass off their opinions as facts, or they try to state facts when they don't have anything to support it. So that's where I have my problem. But I appreciate you saying that. But this is what I
Right.
want to do, Pablo, because we have Omega on the panel, right? And I would actually like for you to cover real quick with Omega, because you are supporting Trump and you are, you know, a person of color, and so is Omega. And you guys are standing on opposite side of the aisle, voting for different people for, you know, somewhat different reasons. So can you tell Omega one more time why you're voting for Trump in this upcoming election?
Okay. I'm voting for Trump, and I'm explaining to you. I was a Democrat all my life. I'm talking about my grandmother, my mother, everybody in my family were Democrats for a very, very long time. We grew up Democrat, you know. But the Democratic Party is not the same party that I grew up. They ain't do all of this, you know, shows to
Can I
get
ask
votes.
when you stop supporting women's
Hold on.
rights?
Right, right. Hold on. Let me finish. We didn't have to have Beyonce to do a show to get people. People showed up because they felt like they were getting good results. Let me finish.
Well,
They
hold
felt
on,
like
hold on,
they
hold
were.
on, hold on, hold on. What you are not gonna do is come on Beyonce's internet and then try to throw some shade her way, like you wasn't impressed by the
No, no,
Queen
no.
Bee,
I'm not
because
saying.
I was
No, no,
impressed
no.
by the
I'm not
Queen Bee,
saying.
and you
They're
know,
they're
I
je-
was.
they're
He
jealous
didn't
because
say
they
anything
only
bad
have
Beyonce.
Hold
they
on,
only
He
have
just
hold
Kid
said
on,
you
Rock.
don't
hold
need her
on,
to win
hold on,
votes.
hold
That's
on,
what happened.
because hold on,
Every 4
hold
years.
on, because my brother Cool Bruh
What
just
that leads you
mentioned,
to y'all?
but my brother Cool Bruh mentioned that Trump had Kid Rock, you
That's
know.
all he has. They're jealous because
Anyway,
they can't
That's all
get
he
big
had.
stars like that. They only
anyway,
have
go.
Kid Rock.
Yeah,
Listen,
go ahead and finish,
so so
Pablo.
so
Go ahead and finish.
Kid Rock is old. Kid Rock is old. Okay, number one, and listen. But I'm saying Trump started doing it because he sees that the Democrats do it all the time. That's how they get the black vote all the time. But
Oh,
the great thing, hold on. Now the black vote ain't going for it. You see a lot of brothers, yo, you can bring Jay Z, and you can see this all over TikTok. You got brothers saying you can bring Jay Z, you can bring Beyonce, you can bring whoever you want, Eminem. We ain't
Did he?
voting for Democrats no more. We're done.
Because you guys are the
Diddy was
hold
your
on
because
one
you
guy.
second. Hold
guys
on one
Diddy
second. Hold on
belonged
one
to the
second.
Democrats.
Hold on. Everybody else, stay on mute.
Diddy was
Pablo,
your
Pablo,
guy.
Pablo. No. Whoa. I see. I was gonna just let that one fly, but Diddy is absolutely Trump's guy. Diddy literally has
No, he's
Trump.
not.
No,
Oh, no, he's
no,
not.
no,
He used to do
no.
vote
Hold
the
on.
No.
Hold
rock the
on.
vote for
Hold
Democrats.
on. Hold
Now
on.
you're, now
Hold
you're
on.
in your
What
feelings.
we
Now you're in your feelings.
what we are not gonna do is act like there are not pictures of Diddy and Trump hanging
Those
out.
are
And
pictures
hold
from
on,
back in the
Pablo. Hold
day.
on. No, no, no. What we are not gonna do is act like there aren't pictures of Diddy and Trump both hanging out and partying across multiple generations, across multiple, I mean, not generations, but multiple decades. They have been hanging and partying for a long time. I wasn't even going to say anything about the diddler. No, it wasn't just back in the day, but I wasn't going to mention the diddler, and I was going to let that one slide. But you came right back. I thought I was going to let it slide like 1,000 bottles of baby oil, but you came right back to it. So now we're going to get into it. Trump.
I said it. He didn't say it.
Yeah, well, no, you said it, and then he brought it back up. Trump has just as many pictures with Diddy as he has pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, do we want to talk about that, or do you want to continue your point? Pick which road.
Trump has taken pictures with all of New York.
Continue going.
There's a new accuser, by the way.
I mean,
Diddy did rock the vote for Obama.
Okay, hey,
it was a big campaign.
Chill. Pablo, finish your point so Omega can respond. Please and thank you.
So now let me say something. You had Diddy back in the day saying do not vote for Trump.
Are you bringing Diddy up again?
Yeah. See, I'm not going to get away from that. I'm trying to be slick about it. See, this is what Democrats do. They try to protect us. You got a couple of pictures with Trump and Diddy.
Was found liable for abuse.
People,
Trump abused women.
You guys, one at a time. Hey, I'm trying to let you talk. Don't yell. RC Dubs, let him finish so he can get this ugly ass point through. So somebody can
listen, Pablo. Hold on,
I love
Pablo.
You. We are both different.
I don't love
Pablo.
you.
I got a love for
Pablo.
Whatever.
Pablo, listen. This is what I want you to do, right? I'm gonna give you the floor for 1 minute. We are not going to talk about the diddler anymore. I just got an official rule. No, hold on. I want you to finish explaining to Omega why Trump is better for black people or people in color in general, and why you're voting for him as a person of color. That's where I want you to go.
So like I was saying earlier, Democrat all my life. I'm so happy people in my family are now voting for Trump, because back then we all voted for Democrats. But now they're waking up and they see they're not getting the money they used to get. Under Trump, we started getting more money. We started having cheaper food. The food was cheaper. The gas was cheaper. The rent was cheaper. Things were a lot more easy. Now, remember, when Obama took office, you had to work 2 jobs because they weren't hiring you full time, because they weren't giving you that insurance policy. People were not giving you, so you had to work 2 jobs.
Hold on 1 second.
To provide to get.
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish, Pablo. I was telling Omega, give you 1 more second. Go ahead and finish your point.
You had to work 2 jobs. People trying to pretend like when Obama was in office, shit was sweet. It wasn't sweet. Shit was very hard, because you had to have 2 jobs, 2 part-time jobs, to make some kind of ends meet. Bro, I don't understand, when do you Democrats realize, and I'm so happy that millions and millions of black men are waking up.
No, it's not millions. It's not millions. Don't even try it.
Hey, Bunny, hold on, Bunny. Hold on. I need you to stay on mute.
Millions of men are going
hey,
with
Pablo.
Trump and another.
Pablo, no, not another thing. That's it. Okay, perfect. Go on mute for me. Omega, the floor is yours. Shay, I'm going to leave the panel with you for a second. Pablo, stay on mute. Omega, the floor is yours.
First of all, this is crazy how people have such short memories. I mean, he's gonna Pablo, you're just gonna omit the fact that when President Obama came in, it was the housing crisis that happened, and he was trying to clean up all that mess. You're just gonna forget that we were on the verge of one of the greatest collapse since the Great Depression. I mean, you're just gonna omit that and just say that and also omit that when President Obama was done, he handed Trump a economy with a rapid growing economy with jobs and everything. You're forgetting all. You're just telling one side of history, and that's not true. True. Things were good in the first 2 years under Trump because it was Obama's economy. But you've never really given me a reason why that you think so many black people are voting for Trump, which is not true, because the majority of black men are still voting for Harris. and the majority, it's only y'all have only got a quarter, not even a full quarter. You have 20% of black men voting for Trump. That's not a lot. And to think that you people are going to be the ones to actually make Republicans do something for the black community is ludicrous. Okay, y'all don't even have enough in y'all party to actually invoke change. But I mean, the fact that there's so many things that that Trump has done to harm the black community, but besides wanting to get back stop and frisk, giving police unfettered access and immunity to do whatever they want, taking away school choice, which will not only harm lowers the children in poor neighborhoods, but it will overwhelmingly harm black, brown, and black kids. I mean, I can give you actual policies that he's going to give that will hurt black and brown people, but you haven't given me one good reason why I should vote for Trump. And I mean, I'm waiting for it. I was really up here wanting to talk to Roscoe because I wanted to push back on what he said, but he ran.
Yeah.
Confronted with the truth. But go ahead, Pablo.
Yeah, no. Okay, perfect. 1 second. Go on mute for me. The black historian. Were you raising your hand to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to do my duties. It's
Okay.
428 people in here. I need y'all to tap the screen, share the live. We're at 251,400 people in here. We should at least be at 275 in the next 5 minutes. I need you guys to power tap. Santana Speaks 24. Oh, I don't know your pay links. It's in the
That's
bio.
it. Yep, Santana Speaks 24. It's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the pay links are in the bio, but the name's going to be the same on all of them. Santana Speaks 24.
And I just have a Cash App account. I didn't do PayPal, but my pay links are in my bio. So if you want the conversation to continue, you want Santana to keep educating people, or you want some entertainment, like Pablo, go ahead and tap the screen, share the live, and keep paying and donate.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And now,
May I say something?
No, 1 second, because
No, I like her.
1 second, everybody mute up because we have
You like me, I
Wu-Tang
like
on
her
the
too,
Pablo. We have Wu-Tang on the panel, and Wu-Tang doesn't come up often, and we love Wu-Tang, so no one gets to talk over Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, how are you this evening, my friend?
Doing sure, Sheeta. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. What do you got for us?
Well, the Black Historian just covered it. I wanted to do some mod duties. The over talking was driving me freaking wild.
I saw that.
Yeah. And, the other thing I want to talk about, we're not going to talk about anymore. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just didn't want to hop in the box and drop out. Figured I'd say hey, and then yell again for y'all to clear out this goal. And hit up the Black Historian's Cash App. Do all the things. It's getting close to that time. Get it done. And that's it. Quit over talking.
I know that's right. Wu-Tang, you know I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. You are the best. Guys, can we get some massive W's in the chat from Wu-Tang, please? Please.
No, it shouldn't be Sheeta. Thank you, Sheeta. I love you too.
All right, you have a good one.
You too, then she lovely.
Bye. Guys, Wu-Tang must have brought some extra energy up because massive W's in the chat for Terry, who just sent $50 towards the nightly donation goal. So guys, we are now only $45 away from closing out our nightly donation goals. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. It's Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. We can definitely close this out. It's 420 people watching. All we need is 45 people to send $1, and we'll close that out. So if you enjoy the live entertainment information, please consider donating. And again, I haven't heard the Black Historian say thank you to anybody in a long time. The Black Historian, is your pay link still working? Did they turn them off?
They still working just fine.
Can somebody check the Black Historians Cash App for me and make sure that they're still working? Because I don't know. I don't know if there's something going on. Also, W's in the chat for Kevin. Kevin added $5 to the nightly donation. There we go. We only have $40 left. $40 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the bio. But again, I need somebody to test the Black Historians Cash App because I think it's broken. That's the only reason, the only thing that would make sense. So let's make sure we do that.
Yeah, I ain't get to curse nobody out yet, so.
Buddy, you wanted to say something, and then I wanted to give one second. I'm sorry. Hold on. I don't want to say this wrong, but I think it's Arnett. Arnett, thank you so much for the $20. Howdy, partner. The $20 towards the nightly donation goes, and I appreciate you, young man. Listen, I appreciate you much more than you can ever understand. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. Guys, yeah, now we're only $20 away from closing out this nightly donation goal. Only $20. Thank you so much. Bunny, the floor is yours.
Yes, I wanted to ask Pablo because since he happens to have Stockholm syndrome when it comes down to his captive of Trump, I want to understand exactly because you haven't really said anything of why anybody.
Hold on one second, Bonnie, because Pablo is a teacup and he also has red bar, so I don't know if you're just whispering into the wind at this point. Pablo, can you hear us? Yep.
Oh, he dropped.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? It's perfectly fine. So I don't know if that question is going to be able to get answered, but we still have James MAGA Reacts. I don't know if the.
Thought you forgot about me.
How the partner, James? How could I ever forget about you? You will never let me forget about you. But you can throw him a question. I don't know if he can speak to. So James
I'm an immigrant. You could kind of give me the same question.
I was just about to say he's Egyptian. He's not black, but you know there is that. Also
born in Africa.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Trump Train 2024. He said sent $5. Lakers $5 for the Lakers. You know what? I'll take it. Just like Lil Wayne. Did you just say the Lakers and Lil Wayne are overrated? Yeah. I'm going to send your money back. Your money is no longer good here. Yeah, we only got $15 left in the nightly donation. Okay, Bunny, you can throw a question to James or MAGA Reacts.
Okay. So can you explain to me why you feel that Trump is worth anyone voting for of color when I've never seen him do anything but be a racist?
Okay, he's reached out to all kinds of POCs or I guess people of color. Or, you can't say that, or he reached out to the others, to this side, including immigrants, all kinds of people. He cares about things that matter for everyone, like the economy, the border. That affects everybody. It's not really specific to any person. And on top of that, when what's her name? What is her name? We reached out to him to get the first step Act passed. He came out and helped. And anytime anyone reaches out to him, he's happy
Kim
to
Kardashian?
help because, yes,
Oh,
Kim Kardashian. He's happy to help everyone. He listens to Ice Cube. He met with him when he reached out last election. I don't know if he reached out this election. He's open to helping the other side as much as he can, and that's why
He uses the other side. He uses people of color.
You don't
He
think the
doesn't- he
Democrats don't use you?
Hold on one second, Omega. Go ahead and finish up, Bunny.
No, he uses not just people of color, but since we're talking about that, he uses people of color. Okay, I'm tired of hearing about being on a plantation when it comes to Democrats. Democrats are the main ones who are out for the regular people that help the middle class and the regular people. Nobody's perfect. But the other thing is that unless you have, for the last couple of years, it has been a lot of filibustering. They have not allowed Democrats to do a lot of things because of Donald Trump. He ran the whole situation with the border. That bill could have been passed. He told them not to pass it, even though he has no right to do that because at the time he was a private citizen. But because they're scared of him, he has things on them is why they went ahead and did it. Because guess what? He has nothing to run on. All he talks about all day long is immigrants, immigrants, immigrants. I'm so sick of hearing about it because we do need a certain amount of immigrants in this country to make the economy work. Okay? Not everybody is here illegally. And not to mention, there's more domestic terrorism than, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but there's more of that going on than it comes down to the immigrants. Get your facts straight, okay? This man does not like anybody of color. He just uses people. He uses everybody, because once he uses you, he's done with you. He do what his half, just about mostly everybody that was in his cabinet is talking about how bad he is, and he's a fascist. You have to go by that, and you're guilty by association, okay? You are guilty by association. And if you like him, most of these men, I was on a live the other day, and this guy had said he wouldn't vote for a woman because he has to control women. And any man, yeah, he said any man that votes for her is soft. He said, I come home,
soft.
I bring home, that's what he said.
Did he say SAWFT, soft?
He was very nasty. I couldn't get onto the live because so many people coming at him, but he was like I bring home the bacon and my wife does what I say, and that's why if you vote for her, you're a soft man. You're not hard like the rest of us. You know, and that's wrong, and that's what's happening nowadays. He's a divider. He's a divider. He's divided this country. He's been divided this country since day one, okay? I never felt safe when he was in office. And I hate when people say that, oh, everything was better. It was Obama's economy. It was Obama's economy. Get that in your head. That's why it was better. And then here comes COVID.
Okay, I can't reply to all these things.
Yeah,
you have to
that's
be
what
like,
I was about to say.
you gotta
hold on one second, Bunny.
You're filibustering now.
Yeah, 1 second, James.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
Bunny.
sorry.
It's C19, but let's go ahead and land your plane because I do want to give James an opportunity to respond.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting a little passionate about it, but I'm saying that during that time, we had the C-19 to come in, which he mishandled, which he said was a hoax, which he said it was the Democrats' fault. I remember all of that because we all was alive, you know, because we're here talking today, and we were old enough to remember that. Stop trying to play. You can't sit up there and say that during that time everything was better when literally people were unalive and in hospitals, people working overtime, you know, we couldn't get toilet paper. We couldn't get anything. You know, it was a horrible time.
Yep,
a horrible time.
It was, and for anybody to say that, you know, again, this is the one thing that I always say is I don't blame Trump for C-19, but I do blame Trump for the way that he handled C-19. And
Exactly.
I think it speaks volumes to the fact that, to your point of how many people take that same stance as far as like, well, they can't vote for Kamala Harris because, you know, she's a woman or whatever. That's wild. But listen, Bunny, I really appreciate you coming up and spending some time with us and actually sharing your information with us.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
So out of all that, what do you want me to reply to?
Well, give me a second, because what I want to say is I have to say thank yous. Thank you to Nakia, who added $10 to the nightly goal, and thank you to Malcolm, who added $5 to the nightly goal. So we close that out, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, you know what? I want you to respond, but what I kind of want to go back, and this is what I want to do. RC, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Why does it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, the Black Historian.
I wanted to say a big ups. Somebody sent me $50.
Hey!
Gail,
we
Thank
love
you.
Gail. Gail accidentally requested up
Yeah.
last night.
and Sponge Malk sent me $10. Thank you.
Hey!
Thank you. I appreciate it.
W's for Gail. W for,
And
you
I
said
don't have
sponge
a
mouth?
Sponge Malk. M-A-L-K.
Sponge
I'll
Malk.
get a Venmo.
You're gonna have to,
I'll get
because
a
listen,
Venmo.
the Black Historian, you gotta be like Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all my pay links are in the bio. Just like that, real smooth. Guys, please I know we hit the nightly donation goal, and we appreciate you guys so much. But while the Black Historian is still here, I would love to share her, give her some more love, and she's limited to Cash App. So please, make sure we're taking care of gift her and also Cash App. Let's make sure we're hitting with the Cash App. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Why does it always come down to MAGA Reacts and RC Dubs? Why does it always? Why does it always do that?
Because I stay quiet, and you don't kick me for saying stupid shit.
Yeah, I mean that is true. RC Dubs, I saw you came off mute when James made an earlier comment about the First Step Act. So I wanted to give you an opportunity. I want to come back to that and let you speak on that, but then also let you and James.
I wasn't talking about the actual act though, just how he works with others.
Okay.
It wasn't about the act, and I really know very little about it, so I don't want to debate that. I do want to debate the economy because RC Dubs challenged me about it.
Okay.
So I'm ready for that.
Well, this is what we'll do. RC Dubs, James, the floor is yours. Where would you like to take RC Dubs with the economy?
Everything. GDP, stock market. I'm looking at the GDP for Obama's years. Specifically 12 to 16, his second term. The first term, he's recovering from Bushes and the housing bullshit, which, as MAGA, we hate the Bush Republicans, and they're all now voting for Harris.
Language.
Sorry. But looking at his second term, after everything's recovered, everything's normal, from 12 to 14, everything's pretty much flat. The GDP, I see the quarter 2 of 13 is 1.3%. Quarter 1 of 14 is 1.3%. I mean, this is 4 years after.
The quarters in 2014 of 4.7 and 5.2.
I'm getting there.
And why don't you acknowledge the fact that 2.9 in 2015 annual
give me my 2 minutes, okay?
is not that much lower than 3.0 for Trump. And you can't tell me how Trump created those numbers.
You're picking 3.8 versus 3.9.
You can't tell me how Trump created those numbers, because spending trillions of dollars at 4% unemployment is not good for the economy. It was a waste of money. It
didn't hurt it until Biden became
president. It absolutely did hurt the economy. Adding trillions to the deficit before pandemic was a waste of money, and it did hurt the economy.
And a lot of that money was paying for hurricanes, like fixing Puerto Rico.
Let me ask you a simple question. Did Trump produce more jobs after cutting taxes for people like himself and corporations?
Look, the job numbers are good for both presidents. It's because Uber has given anyone that wants to work a job. There's a lot of gig jobs, so the job numbers are really a bad measurement today.
Trump used job creation, did he not?
All kinds of gig economy.
Dude, did Trump talk about job creation as a measure of the economy? Yes or no?
Yes, and it was a bad measurement back then. It's a bad measurement now. I'm talking GDP, I'm talking stocks.
If you can't just follow along basic logic, you're going to lose. And that's what Trump supporters lose. You lose on logic.
You're making me stick to your little part of the image, and you're not letting me talk about the whole picture.
It's about the policy, and Trump didn't invent trickle down. You would have gotten that bullshit had Romney been elected.
RC Dub. Language. My mom is watching.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we're even 1-1.
It's been a day. Now Romney promised he would get to 6%.
Hey, I didn't even get my whole 2 minutes, man. You could have your 2 minutes after I'm done. I really got to finish, and then you could argue it.
I've heard this narrative before.
I've never brought up GTB before. I've never brought up stock market before.
Still wrong.
Okay, well, let me finish it, even if it's a repeat, and then you could have your time.
Hold on. Let me say this. Chat.
You gave me 30 seconds.
Hold on 1 second. Chat. I promise you I got it from up here. We're good. Let's let them have their time. There's no need for anybody to monitor us from the chat. It's okay. I promise you we're good. Yeah, go right ahead, guys.
So yeah, Obama had a couple of good quarters, especially in 14, but most of them were under 2%. While Trump maintained a GDP above 2% the whole time, except for one quarter was 1.9. So it's a lot harder to maintain a good GDP. I'm looking at the numbers right now.
He did not have more quarters under 2%. That's just a lie.
Who? Obama quarter 13, 1.6. Quarter 2, 13, 1.3.
He did not have more quarters
quarter 3, 13, 1.9.
You're lying.
Quarter 14, number 1, 1.3.
He did not have more under 2% than above. You're lying.
What do you mean? Let's look at Trump.
He ended up averaging the same overall GDP as Trump did before the pandemic.
Okay,
It's not
Trump,
magical
quarter
to
117,
continue
2.1.
trajectories.
Quarter
Just stop.
217,
Stop for a
2.3.
second.
Quarter
Stop for a second.
317.
Stop
I'm
for a
gonna give you
second.
the numbers.
Stop.
Last time
I'm
you
gonna
bitched, I didn't
drop
give you
if you
enough
don't stop.
stats,
This is
and
a
now I'm
fucking
giving you the
waste of time
numbers.
if you're not going to let me talk at all. Because you
You
just
didn't
keep
let me
talking
talk.
and
Let me
talking
finish
and
my
talking
2
and talking and
minutes.
talking
Let
and
me
talking.
finish my 2 minutes before you
You don't
interrupt.
answer direct questions that prove you wrong. That's
Let
why
me
you're not
finish my
gonna take
point,
away.
and then you can ask me direct questions.
Let's do
This is a
this.
waste of
Let's do
time.
this. Let's do this.
So it's the time if you don't let me actually talk.
Okay, let's do this. RC Dubs, mute up for me a second. James, MAGA reacts. I will give you 1 minute interrupted to make your point, and then I'm gonna.
You mean
come
not
to
interrupted?
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's on you. Go.
Okay, again, I'm looking at the actual quarter by quarter GDP. I see a lot of them under 2%. And then once we hit 2017, when Trump became president and went above 2% and never went under 2% except for one quarter in 2019, it was 1.9. But again, right after he shot up to 3.2. And same thing with Obama. When it hit 1.3, it shot up right after to 3.8. So these things move around. And as for the stock market, which I'm looking at right now, when Obama, again, his second term, 2012, it started out at like the Dow Jones was at 15K and it ended like at 16, 17. And like it was pretty much the same from 12 to 16 until literally the day Trump got elected, November 5th or November 6th, 2016. You see the stock market go up and it doesn't stop until CV19, and where it dips down and starts to go back up again until Biden's inflation kicked in 21, 22, and then it started going down and then back up.
Okay, perfect. James, that was a little over a minute. RC, what do you got?
Okay, first of all, Trump took over after the Dow had tripled under Obama. It went from a low of 6,500 to 20,000 by the time Trump took over. That is simply an inherited trajectory. You could basically draw a straight line from the low point of the Dow that Obama had to deal with all the way through to Biden, or all the way through to the pandemic, rather. And then it's the crash, and then Biden has to pick it up again. And guess what? Biden broke Trump's record post-pandemic. So again, Trump inherited trajectories from Obama that Republicans did worse than nothing to help create. The Dow, unemployment, job creation, GDP, all of which was better in Obama's second term than what Romney had promised had he been elected. And then Trump promised 4% and 5%, never got close to that annual GDP, never got above 3%, even though he wasted trillions promising that's what he would do. He wasted trillions promising to create more jobs, and he didn't. It was 4% unemployment when he cut his own taxes. He didn't need to cut his own taxes as a billionaire.
Okay.
So it's all a waste.
Hold on one second,
It's all a
RC.
waste of failed economic ideology. Voodoo economic, trickle down, supply side economic does not work.
RC, did you say voodoo economics? All right,
That was
James.
George H.W. Bush's term. George H.W. Bush coined
He
that
did
term
say voodoo
against Ronald
economics. I
Reagan.
forgot about that one.
Again, all those people are voting for Harris.
Okay.
Cheney, all of them.
Okay, James.
Okay, again, if you go from 08 to when he left, yes, it is an upward trajectory because he started with a crash. But if you just look at his second term, everything's flat. So it was really low when he started in 8, and I give him credit for the recovery. And again, I voted for him. I hated what Bush and all them did with the housing market. I'm against all that. Those people are now Harris voters. Anyway, so yeah, if you look at it from 08, you're right. But if you look at it just 12 to 16, everything is flat. The stock market only went up a little bit, and it's mostly inflation because for it to really go up, you have to be higher than inflation. And then, the day Trump was elected, it starts to go up, and it does not stop until CV19. November 6, 2016, I was paying attention to it. Everyone said the market was going to crash because Trump won. It did the opposite, and it didn't stop, despite people saying it's going to crash. It didn't stop until CV19, when it took a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic to crash it. And then, Yeah,
Okay,
I mean
in
that's
February,
it. Like, and
in
then most of
February
Biden's.
2016,
Hold on. Which,
One last thing.
Wait, that was your time though, James, and you said
Give
that
me
was
one
it.
last line.
One last line.
in February,
One last line. One last
One
line.
last line. Go ahead.
As far as Biden's, as far as Biden's gain, if you adjust for inflation, it's really very little too. It's mostly inflation.
Okay,
When
that's
the dollar's
one
inflated,
line,
stocks
James.
go up.
All right, James. RC, floor is yours.
in February 2016, it was 16,000. When Trump took over, it was 20,000. So I don't know why you guys just
What
go
was it
over
November 4th?
Hold on, James. Hold on. We haven't done that the entire time. Go ahead, RC.
He increased it by 4,000 in about a year and a half, and it was a trajectory that was on its way up that Trump inherited that Hillary would have continued. We didn't need to spend trillions of dollars on top of that. Obama was the reason Trump had a good economy. And you know how I know that? Because Trump put out an ad in August 2017 saying it was the greatest economy ever before he had passed his only economic legislation. So no matter what you want to claim, all of his numbers were trajectories that anybody would have hit. Anybody. My dog could have inherited Obama's economy. MAGA Reacts, even you could have inherited Obama's economy and done at least as well as Trump did. It's like jumping downhill on a sled that's already on its way downhill and then pretending you won the race by yourself. It's a joke.
All right.
It's a lot harder. Sorry.
Go. I was just about to say. Last words for you, James.
Yeah, if you look at actual like November 5th, like right before the election, right before Trump, the stock is, let me see. It is about
First of all, the stock is not the only
17,000.
measure of the economy, and you keep pretending
I also
that.
covered
it's-
GDP.
Hold on, RC.
I also
RC.
covered GTB.
Hold on, RC. Go ahead and finish your last point, James.
Yeah. Anyway, the stocks went up. It's the thing is with Trump, it's not just what he did. It's not just his policy. It's literally the consumer confidence. Under him, people were confident enough to invest in stocks, to invest in businesses. A lot of small businesses were birthed. Everyone in his economy felt comfortable, and they knew he was going to do whatever he needed to do to keep our interest low and keep. Again, I think he did a lot of untouchables. It's like
He didn't need a tax
sixth man in
Hold on one second,
basketball.
RC. Hold on.
A lot of untouchables other than the 3 points and all that stuff. And what else? I mean, as far as the CV-19 thing, he made sure we had ventilators, made sure we had a lot of supplies.
No, he did.
Sure.
No, he
He
did.
had
Putin
GM
had
I
tests.
was gonna let you do
some
your
with,
thing, but that's absolutely not true. All
Who
right.
was short on ventilators?
He made sure Putin had tests. That was nice to put America.
Yeah,
Oh wait, that's
he
put
did.
Putin
We
first,
used
right? That
we
puts
used
Putin
test
first.
kits. We never used, like, very few people used the machines. Those were not the 100.
I swear to
Only
God.
labs used machines.
I'm sick of
All right.
facts.
All right. All
We
right.
all had
James.
tests, and we
MAGA
all had
Reacts.
plenty of
MAGA
CV
Reacts.
tests.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and drop.
Thank you for letting me talk today.
All right. Have a good one. Yeah, guys, listen. We are winding it down, and you know what? So I'm gonna do this. I've been kind of successful. Been kind of successful for the last couple of nights. I just pinned a end of night gift. It's a witchy witch. You wiki witch. So you know, we'll see what happens. But RC, last word on you.
I'm just tired of them whitewashing economic data to pretend that Trump is somehow an economic genius. Anybody could have inherited those trajectories. And actually, Romney himself, he promised we would get to 6% unemployment. But did Republicans celebrate when Obama got below 5%? He did better than the Republican candidate they had put up forward, the supposed businessman himself, right? Romney was a businessman without baggage. You could have gone with him, and he promised 6%. Obama got below 5%. Republicans didn't celebrate that. Why is that? Because they didn't really care about the economy. They were actually mad. They're mad now. They're mad we're at 2.4. They're mad Biden had a recovery. They're actually mad Biden-Harris did better for the economy, for GDP, for unemployment, for job creation, for the Dow. They're mad that they did better than Trump did after a crisis. Trump inherited a great situation and coasted. He could have gone golfing. Oh, wait, he did. He went golfing 1 out of 4 days while he was president. And basically anybody could have handled that economy as well or better because they probably wouldn't have signed a trickle-down tax cut or given corporations a giant tax cut that didn't benefit us. When they simp for billionaires, I get really tired of it. Trump benefited from that tax cut and it didn't benefit us. And they keep saying, let's do it again. Like it ever worked in decades of trying. Sorry, but thank you. It's been a day. I apologize if I was a bit hot today. I'm telling you.
RC, you've been on it all day. Listen, I was on your live listening to you earlier, and you were just like throwing them.
I'm at the end of it. I'm at the end of it, man.
Listen,
I'm telling you.
it's basically what 10 days on the East Coast now, still 11 days on the West Coast. You know.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, maybe.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, my brother.
All right. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Live. What time you go live?
Oh, probably in the afternoon. I'm gonna drop my wife off, and then I'm gonna hang out in the afternoon, go live, and I'll probably do one-on-ones, but then I'll have friends up later.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Kay, the floor is yours.
Hello, and this has been a rousing economics discussion. I just wanted to tell you that your community has raised over 90% of that goal for FEL. And I know it was daunting. I know that it was a very large number, but they are currently at 4135.
Wow, that is massive.
And this community is incredible. Honestly, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of FEL's heart and their wife. And if anyone still wants to donate to close it out, the pay links are going to be in the poll as we close out. And then if anyone needs their pay links, you can feel free to DM me or you can DM FEL directly. They only need a little bit more to make sure that they stay in their home and provide for their sister that they brought in. So thank you all so much for coming together. And truthfully, honestly, I just am so thankful for this community. And then anyone that needs any information about our opportunity for some temporary job work for 40 hours a week, please send a email to Santana. Nope, that's not right.
It is. It's Santana Late Night. No S. Santana Late Night.
Santana Late Night at gmail.com with your name, your TikTok name, and your phone number.
Hey, Kay, the chat was asking how much is left again? What did you say the number was for FEL?
There is $765 left.
$765, guys. $765 left. $765. I know we can knock that out.
And I know that they are so thankful. I know that, they have an upcoming emergency, procedure coming, and I just know that we can do it. I'm just so thankful for you. So if anyone needs any information that we've provided tonight, please just send me a DM and I'll get you whatever you need. I really appreciate everyone. The Black Historian, thank you so much for being here tonight with us and co-hosting and dealing with all of that, because it was a lot. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great night.
Absolutely, you as well, Kay. And guys, just to follow up and let you know, so while we've been live, I got six more. So that puts us at 32. So there's only 18 spots left. So if you're looking for temporary work and you need that help, or you just want to take advantage of it, please go ahead and send me that email at Santana Late Night at gmail.com. Anyway, the Black Historian, did you have fun?
Well, I did. I had fun, and I set up a PayPal. Okay?
About time.
I just set one up.
Listen, I thought you would have came in here prepared, because like people.
Well, I was like,
people do. People.
Cash out.
No. Venmo and PayPal way more than Cash App. Those are the two that you need. So, but anywho,
So that link is in the,
yeah. But listen,
and I'll put it in my bio.
Exactly. I appreciate you so much. You came through. You didn't have to. I really appreciate you being here and helping pitch it for Erica while she was out. You are awesome and amazing. What do you have for the people?
Want to say thank you for welcoming me here. And I hope Erica gets well soon. And she probably lost her voice yelling at people like Pablo and Roscoe and all of them. But
You're absolutely
she probably got sick from going out and having that good time that she had.
Turning up so much. That's exactly what it is. Turning up so much. Yeah.
But thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, guys. What we are going to do is we are going to raid Jaden. We're gonna raid Jaden. So let's go ahead. We're gonna raid Jaden. Head over to Jaden's live with a Santana raid. Let's raid Jaden. There's still 300 something of us watching right now. Let's go over and raid Jaden. I will see you all there. Please meet me over there. Actually, don't meet me there. Beat me there. So let's go raid Jaden. I love you all, and as always, peace.